walking somewhere, and I would grab a piece of pizza and just shove it in my mouth. And then whenever I couldn't finish by the time I got there, I threw it back down and started playing again.
Oh man.
Alright, the intro's playing.
That's the sign of a true gamer right there.
I'm a gamer girl.
E-girl, woo!
I'm gonna be selling my feet pitch now.
Okay.
Oh,
Welcome back to the Lunch Table, episode 4 of our beautiful little podcast here. Our host, once again. Oh, that says Nathan. My bad. Ooh. Oops. Gotta replace that shit. Welcome everybody. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. Hungry.
Good.
Mostly.
That's good. Whoops, that's not good.
I got a burger, so I'm happy.
Hell yeah, brother. Oh no, I don't want to that's already showing. That's so tacky and lame.
Look at that right there.
There we go. Okay. So we got a full topic list here, so let's get right into it. I got first things first. We need to talk about women, and you know we're gonna disrespect them because that's what we do here. We stay disrespecting women.
Stay disrespecting.
So I want to talk about fake Instagram bitches and airbrushing.
Oh my god, dude.
And I personally, I hold it to the equivalent of a man who takes steroids. It's just false advertising. It's not indicative of what the real thing is. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's And have you seen like some of the apps, or like some of the things that they'll do, like to just like remove blemishes? Someone I know very closely has an app on their phone that lets them remove blemishes and everything from their face and makes them look all smooth and polished.
Oh shit.
I don't know. I just think it's a little deceitful in the digital age. You never really know until you see someone in person now.
Yeah.
No, dude, that's so true. You know the amount of freaking profiles I've seen where in the profile picture they look like 100%, but it's because they got like that angle. They like mush their face into it. It's only their face, and they polish it off.
Okay.
But it's like in reality they like are bedridden and like 700 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
The angle
But
is fucked up, man.
guys play the angles too. You can't even lie about that.
Okay.
Because
Everyone does,
when you take a picture to look muscular, you definitely know which angles you look bigger in than others.
True.
You're like, oh, I'm trying to look good. Let me turn to the side.
That's true.
Like cover up my handles.
But we don't destroy our spines though. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's true. You're absolutely
We just
right.
saw a picture today of someone from high school who's got
Men,
like their ass shoved all the way out. But she doesn't really have an ass though. But it's just like her back is
I think there's definitely a difference between just like there's definitely a difference between playing angles and just straight up editing photos. Like
dude, I mean there's like videos that have massive just clip after clip after clip of like failed Photoshop of like you could see how blatantly obvious it is.
Like I don't know. There is a big difference between the two. I mean, like, because then if you talk about like stuff like makeup and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, makeup's a little bit different though. That's like that's like kind of art in a way. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say because there's even one person who like does like I saw like like this one chick, I can't remember what her name is, but I follow her Instagram and she basically does like art makeup. Like she'll like do illusions like on her face with makeup, like where it's kind of cool. Like I would say that one's a little closer to art, whereas I feel like although Photoshop can be like in a way like artsy, but like it all depends on the purpose, I think, like on what they're going for.
Yeah, makeup can only take you so far too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
tough.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's a skill you have to develop too. You know how easy it is to just fucking remove a pimple or fucking I don't know some facial burns or scars off of Instagram pictures. Like that's a whole different thing.
But hey, man, if you're in Photoshop trying to make a bomb ass meme, I mean that's kind of art too. Like
that is art. Memes are art.
Memes are art. Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's why I think it depends on like the objective of what you're doing, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe not though. Maybe not.
I think there's definitely
maybe hoes just be hoeing, and we just got to get better radars for it. You know, that's all.
I don't know. Women just they do the strangest things for the strangest reasons.
We're not worth it. All right, I should just say that right now. We're just not working. Like if they think there's something here, it's not. All right, I mean, aside from like being someone a shoulder to cry on and someone to care about you, I don't know. Like that's about all you can
I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny the whole like I'm independent, I'm brave, but they're doing all this shit to like hypersexualize themselves, and then it's like I don't need no man. It's like, well, what are you doing this for? For my girls. That's who. It's like, oh.
Oh, that shit annoys me too, though. Like seeing like the comment section, like hype them up and everything, and it's all just like, "Wow, you're so perfect! Wow, you're amazing."
Which
it's like, come on, we know you. You know you bitches are talking shit.
It's like
if
that's genuine,
like,
cool. But most of the time, it's just fake as fuck. Like that's the thing.
That's the weird thing about like sororities. Like it's just like it's a house where everyone has to pretend like they like each other. Like in reality, they're all just talking shit on each other. Like, wow, she's such a fucking bitch. Her family doesn't even have the newest private jet. I fucking can't stand her. So, yeah.
So anyway, McCall, what's your opinion on this?
Yeah, McCall. Yeah, tell us how much you
know.
hate women, McCall. Tell us. I need to know.
I'm kind of guilty of using an app that kind of has like a filter that will.
So the truth comes out.
But
so those Instagram pictures, McCall, fake, all of them.
a few of them. Well, then it doesn't do it terrible bad. Like,
what is your intention that you have behind this, McCall? Is it just to make like you feel better?
Okay, if you're putting like some filters on, I get it, because there's sometimes you just have bad lighting on like a family photo, and there's nothing that's gonna save it. Like literally, dude, like I have some ugly ass pictures on Facebook from aunts and my grandma that put it up there. Yeah. I'm like, oh god.
If I have any picture in black and white, it's because I'm not entirely happy with how I look that day, and I'm hoping that it'll cover it up. So,
I get that.
Yeah,
I think it really depends, like, on how exaggerated it is. If it's like you're like basically photoshopping, so like it's so extreme that it's like. You're a completely different person.
You know what my favorite?
I don't
my favorite,
think mine are really extreme.
That's good.
So
that's good because
you
know what cracks
like
me up?
Smooth my face, like it makes it look.
Now, McCall, the real question is again, why did you do it?
Self-confidence.
There you go.
There you go. See, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because
At least you're not doing it to be
a
fucked.
You know, like.
Cause have you ever seen? Because that's my favorite genre of like this kind of shit is girls who like have no well they like Photoshop like their asses and titties and like make them massive when in reality
I would never do that.
Yeah, I'm not saying you would. I'm just saying like I love seeing that. It's just hilarious. And then when they get called out on it, they're like, "It's the mirror is actually bendy in real life too." Fuck you.
It's like I love
it. Like, did you buy one of those like carnival clown mirrors? Like, what the fuck kind of mirror?
I love the one where it's like the door was curved and somebody's like, I was like, been hitting the gym. It's like, oh, I guess your door been hitting the gym too.
Oh man. But enough about our trivial and hate of women that we will probably get back to next week as well.
Yeah.
Let's move on. I want to talk about I want to ask you guys, what is the most trouble you got into in school, and what was it for? Why did it happen? Did you feel you were in the right, and we will all judge you?
Hey, Alex, you almost got in trouble. Something
I
did.
Oh, you
almost did.
I hate you. Yeah, I remember.
Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Miss Griffith's class?
Yeah.
Dude, funny enough, mine's in Miss Griffith's class too.
Really? I think I know what Tony's gonna say.
You know what I'm talking about.
Brandon, you go first.
No, Tony, you go.
I'll go. So, we were all sitting there. Everybody in the class was just sitting there. Miss Griffith wasn't there for the first 5 minutes of class. Daniel Morales was fucking around and just being stupid and just pointing finger guns at everybody. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. And so I started doing it back. Sure enough, the moment I put up my finger guns, Miss Griffith walks in the classroom and I go, I like fire off my finger guns. Miss Griffith goes, Mr. Flores.
The look on his face too. If you're
come on.
Yeah, he just puts it.
He
just goes.
Please step out of the classroom.
It was awesome.
Like, and then she made me go to the other classroom and sit by myself.
That's so goddamn funny.
It's for no. That's the worst trouble I think I've ever gotten in. I got a referral for something, but I don't remember what.
No, but Dude, I think the worst trouble we actually got in was when we got in trouble because we got arrested at the party, and then
That wasn't in school. That wasn't in school. That was.
But the school did get involved because they were all like.
School did get involved. They were assholes about it.
But which I don't think they should have.
They shouldn't have. Yeah, that was.
But as far as like on school stuff, I would say that mine was also Ms. Griffith's class, where we had that day at lunch we had apples, and I was being an asshole because I didn't like Ms. Griffith really at all.
No one did.
And so my idea was, you always like you put an apple. There's a whole like moniker of like you put an apple on the teacher's desk, like it's a good deed kind of thing for a teacher you like, and it's like a kiss ass. So I ate the apple and just put the core on her desk and just left that because I didn't like her. So I was like, fuck her, she can have the core. and then when she came in, she saw it and was like, she immediately flipped out, like, was just screaming, like, oh my god, what is this? Who did this? And it was like pointing fingers around, and I was immediately just like, oh, I don't know, Miss. I don't know what happened.
And she said, I was giving everybody in this classroom a detention.
No. Wasn't didn't Brayden try to pin it on Ruiz?
Christian, yeah. Because Christian was walking around up there, and I was like, I thought I saw Christian up by your desk. I don't know.
He tried to frame the most grimiest Mexican in the class. It was awesome.
At the time, I was not a fan of Christian. Later on, we got like he was actually all right, but at the time he was being an asshole. So I was like, fuck this guy, I'm blaming him.
Bro, if you were smaller than Christian, he was such a dick to you. He was like me, Michael Roos, and Sean were just like, he would just fuck with us. It was so weird.
I know, dude. He was an ass.
But then after him trying to pin it on Christian didn't work, Miss Griffith goes, all right, well, since no one wants to confess, I'm giving everybody in this classroom a detention, starting with Alex. And so I was sitting there reading my book. I was like,
yeah.
He's just a good student.
I know. I was literally reading. It's fucking stupid.
And then after that, I was like, okay, I gotta fess up to it because like she's literally gonna give everyone a referral, and she's making this a huge deal. So I was like, Miss Griffith, I did it. She's like, what? What do you mean? She's like, I did it, legit, I did it. Sort of thing. And then she was like, go to the office, and then went to the office. And the funny thing was, I think this was like 7th or 8th grade or something, so it wasn't like we were high schoolers. So at the time, like Mr. Hammersmith didn't really know me very well, but like, so like he didn't hate me yet. But when I went there, I told him what happened, and he actually laughed at it. he looked legit. He's like, that's a pretty good one, actually. he's like, just don't do it again. You just get like 30 minutes or an hour referral. You're good to go. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
You know, like he passed it off.
If only.
That was funny.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think
the days when Mr. Hammersmith didn't hate us all.
Yeah, he was kind of a dick to our class, I feel like in general.
Yeah, he really was.
It was weird. But yeah, I think the most trouble I got into in school, it wasn't necessarily by the teachers, I think it was more like for the homecoming thing. That was probably like I got people upset at me a little bit. Yeah. That was we had a new girl that came to our high school from the one like across the street or some shit like that, and she came our senior year, so like nobody was like really being friends with her, like at least none of the girls anyway. And
all the guys were.
She was super cool to all the guys.
She was super cool, yeah. She was nice. I didn't think the girls were jealous.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so.
But basically, like the guys, we just kind of got together. We're like, hey, you know what would be fucking funny? What if we just voted Abby as one of the homecoming candidates? So we got her voted in as one of the homecoming candidates, and then when she ended up winning, everybody was just like, we can't believe you fucking did that. It's just like, I feel like it was a concert.
I waited 6 years for this crown. And Abby win.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This shit was so fucking fun. Yeah, they were
bunch of stuck-up bitches in our class that thought that they deserved the win.
Yeah, it really wasn't that big a deal.
You almost got in trouble for campaigning too.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fun.
Oh dude, Alex, the best thing I think. I don't even remember how you did it. I don't remember I think personally, this is my favorite. Is when you had morning prayer that one day.
Oh my god, I forgot I got in trouble for that shit.
You were praying like such a sarcastic asshole.
I said they called me for morning prayer
across the entire school.
Yeah, and so I was like, at this point, I was going through an edgy atheist phase at this point, and so I went up to the microphone and like I go, I tried my best to do it like a black Southern preacher, so I go, Lord, help me. Help this school to be a better person. In Jesus' name. And I compel you to help me and save our soul and some shit like that. But I was like started laughing like during the prayer and whatnot. And so it's like
Dylan was laughing.
Yeah,
We heard him laughing. So I was preaching like a black priest. That was being projected to about 400 people throughout our school. Every intercom in the school.
Dude, when you were doing it, you were in the room with the office people. Like
the administration was all right next to me.
You, and you still did it.
Yeah.
You could. I swear to God, you could collectively hear the entire school go.
In every classroom.
Everybody was trying not to laugh.
And then
really hard.
And then at the end of the day, I got called in because Mrs. Free was like, you gotta take it more seriously. You know, this is you're an upperclassman. Kids look up to you. You gotta represent everything, something like that. But it was just like, I didn't think it was that big a deal. It was pretty funny, and I don't know. I was fucking around.
Dude, I was dying laughing, dude.
I heard you're so hard.
Fucking black preacher, like
Alex's clout though. After that,
yeah,
insane. Alex had the most clout in that school. Literally, everybody was like, "Alex, is that you? That shit was hilarious." Like, seniors, that shit was hilarious, dude.
Yeah, I think we were like juniors. I think we were juniors, right? Something like that.
We're
junior.
Yeah, I think we were juniors.
I think we're sophomore.
I don't think I was quite that bold as a sophomore yet.
No. It was at the end. It was towards the end of sophomore year. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Maybe I don't know, but
I'm pretty sure because it was after we took the speech class.
Yeah. Either way, I didn't get in too much trouble for that one, so I wasn't. Yeah, that's probably why I pushed it to the back of my mind.
That shit was funny, though.
Yeah, fun stuff though. McCall, you got any times that your teachers had to press you about something?
Yeah, I was a pretty well-behaved student, but in fifth grade, believe it or not, but I got in trouble a lot for talking, and I think it was because I was like sitting next to someone that I liked.
Oh.
So I just talked a lot.
Oh.
I remember like I got my like seat moved a few times, and my teacher like sent me out in the hallway and like threatened to call home because I just wouldn't stop talking.
Damn.
I have a story about that as well.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
So small story here. You guys remember the time where everybody was around me was talking? Literally everybody, and I just sat there quietly.
Yes.
And Miss Griffith, out of nowhere, just goes, "Mr. Flores, why don't you just be quiet for once?" And I was like, I literally went, "Oh, no." And there was another time too. There was another time when Nathan was talking to me, and he said something, and I wasn't talking back, and I literally go like this. I go. And she's like, "Be quiet, Mr. Flores." And I was like, I said no words. I said 0 words.
She fucking hated you, dude. She hated
you
so much.
Dude, I remember when I had a class, I can't remember what class it was, but I like snuck out of it to go to your class when you were with Miss Griffith, and I was just hanging out there, and literally like even in that short amount of time that I was there, she like yelled at you, and I was like, what the fuck? Like this shit.
I think I got yelled at. I think it was like every other day in her class. I got yelled at.
I just remembered a different time that I got in trouble with school. I took a trip to because I was in photography, so I took a trip to New York City with the arts.
Damn.
Class. Yeah, it was pretty.
She does live on the East Coast.
Yeah, we do live in a impoverished school, so.
And so we went to New York City, and we traveled to this one like street, and we were told like we were put into groups, and we didn't have like a parent chaperone, or we left them or something. So me and my group, we decided to walk all the way to Times Square by ourselves. Which we did.
Wait, how old were you during this?
It had to have been 10th grade.
10th grade? Oh, okay. Well, that's not as bad, I feel like.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were like 5th graders, like, hey, let's just fucking go to Times Square.
No.
That's a different story.
But we went to Times Square, and apparently we weren't supposed to do that.
Yeah,
and
well, you still could have gotten diddled. I mean, you were like, what, sophomores?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And well, me and this one girl got separated from the rest of our group, so we like went into this cafe and we were like, well shit, we're like separated from our group and we're in Times Square alone. So this girl like contacted like her parents or something. I think she was like freaked out. I don't know. And they contacted like
the chaperone.
The chaperone or like our teacher who was with us there. And they had to like come and find us, and the art teacher was like in tears because they were like,
that's awesome.
Because I think like the parents complained or something, and they were like, we weren't supposed to be in Times Square.
Oh
And
damn,
it was
bro!
just,
Your
it was
parents
this
straight up
big
made
thing.
the teacher cry.
You get bonus
Damn.
points. You get bonus
It
points
wasn't
if
our
you can make the
parents, it
teacher
was, like,
cry.
the
That's
other
like
girl's parents.
that's on the scoreboard of the high school and whatnot. Always bonus points.
Yeah.
Who did we make
That
cry?
was-
I think we made someone cry at some point. I think in grade school.
I feel like we've made somebody cry at some point. One of these teachers. We made one
I
of these
wouldn't be
teachers cry.
surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think, yeah, I don't know.
I'd probably be in grade school.
I remember Mrs. Bird. Mrs. Bird was always upset with us.
Oh, I love Miss Bird. She was so sweet.
I know.
I love Miss Bird, but
Yeah.
God, was she a bitch in class?
She was a different
I know.
person.
She was
Outside of class, she
yeah.
was great.
Very different in class versus out of class. Very
Yeah.
like split personality.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah,
I think she had to be. You know what I'm saying?
Our Spanish teacher was.
Stueve?
I feel like our Miss Swabe. I feel like she, or maybe she wasn't for you guys, but I feel like she was for me. I feel like she hated me in class.
Oh, she was a huge
Like
bitch.
literally at one point, she was yelling at me when George was stabbing me with a pencil. Like was mad at me. I'm like, he's
That's not
like,
true. She was
fucking
nice.
Well, maybe it's because you would do some wild shit in her class.
no.
I remember the story of you walking by George, just grabbing his head and going, ho, 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 ho.
That was great.
To be fair, he thought it was funny too. So you know.
That became a running meme too. So whenever any of us were like had our heads down for anything, grab the back of that friend's head, fucking tried it. Okay.
Dude, I love George, man. He was such a big
You
guy.
cheated on
So silly.
Elizabeth the whole time, didn't you?
Yeah, dude, like literally, like with Elizabeth, like not all the time, but a lot of times, pretty much, because I didn't really pay attention or care in Spanish class. We'd have our tests. I'd be like acting like I'm doing mine. She'd do hers. She sat right behind me. We'd just slide them, slip them around, and then I'd act like I'm still doing it.
Damn.
Go out and then stand up and turn in, and she'd do the test the second time through.
Wow, what a fucking
And,
gangster, bro. Elizabeth.
What a G.
Shout
Yeah,
out
dude.
to Elizabeth. That's awesome.
She was
She's a kid
cool.
now,
Man.
yeah.
She's a kid, yeah.
Yeah, she's always been cool though.
Yeah. She had huge titties.
But... oh yeah, I mean you're not wrong.
She was like, there was a trifecta in like middle school of like girls who were just like, who hit puberty like way earlier than the rest of them, and all the guys were just like.
And a Karen.
No, not well. Not I was actually. You're right. No, she was. But I was also thinking of what's her name?
Isabella
Isabella Christensen.
Oh, yeah, Christensen.
Yes, she was like there. Like all the dudes liked her. Every single dude.
You know
Yeah.
who actually blossomed pretty late?
Who's it?
Tyler Shepard.
Tyler.
She-
I thought Tyler was pretty for a while though. I mean, I feel like she.
She was pretty.
Yeah.
But
She's pretty.
boy, did she look like a little boy for
Yeah,
many years.
dude. In
Oh
junior
my god.
high, she looked like a little boy for sure. She looked like a little boy in junior high.
Damn son.
But like,
Fucked up.
I can't say much because I looked like a fat ass,
Bro.
in junior high.
I look like a assortment of like noodles strung together into a stick person figure.
I was lanky.
I was
man.
wiry, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, well, dude, that's the awkward phase of that. Like, everyone looks weird as shit during that time. Like, literally. At least I feel like most people do.
I really haven't put on. I just only put on size in the last like year, probably like 2 years. Just the military. Just the military in general has put size on me.
Yeah.
Because I even have a picture. I have a picture right before I left the little party that I had before I left. And I have a picture of Aubrey, and I was like, dude, I had skinny arms. Like I did not realize. Damn,
Yeah.
man, I was tiny. I was like 150 pounds or some shit.
Yeah, dude, at 6'3", at
Yeah.
150, like, that's...
I was tiny.
It took me far too late in my life to realize that you should just pick things up with your bicep instead of like your forearm and like wrist and everything. And so like literally I turned like 17, 18, I'm an adult, and I just curl everything when I pick it up now. It's just like, it makes sense. You just passively build that, passively build that muscle up. I was just like, wow,
Yeah.
I wish I would have known this my whole life. It probably would have helped. but it's whatever. But enough about the past. Let's talk about the future, the now. And I want to read you guys this article, or at least the headline of this article. This is from Fox News. It's about this woman who, this woman from Pennsylvania they've identified a suspect who was coughing on an estimated $35,000 worth of grocery store products in what they say a twisted prank amid the coronavirus pandemic. Margaret Serco, 35 years old, was arrested and charged with terrorist threats Thursday, one day after she allegedly entered Garrity's supermarket in Hanover Township and made verbal threats that she was sick and intentionally coughed and spat on fresh produce and other items. What a cunt. That is so fucked up.
Why?
I don't know. It's been a trend. There was
It's
another.
just a prank, bro.
It was just a prank.
It
was just a prank, bro.
Real funny.
But there was another dude who he's like I'm a nasty fuck, and then he licked an entire row of products in a Walmart or something like that. It's people are
Like the people licking ice cream.
Yeah, it's just like that. It's so
I've seen that,
fucking stupid, man. Oh my goodness. So now we're going to play a game called What Punishment Does This Woman Deserve? You are the judge, and you can.
You know what? I think. You know what I think would have been a funny meme. Make her buy all the produce.
Come
would've-
on, man. This bitch can't afford that. We know that. This is some white trash at its finest.
That's my point. And then on top of that, it's so much fucking food that she's not gonna be able to use it all. So she's literally just throwing her money away. It's like a fine, but it makes her realize what she did.
Yeah.
I think my punishment, I personally believe we should, you know how we should bring back those hands, head, and fucking, what are those things called? The back in the old timey days, when there were witches
I know
and shit.
exactly what you're talking about.
Where
Yeah.
they stick their head in that little post.
The no, not a pout.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but basically they trap their faces and hands. And
their neck and everything.
And then we take the produce that she licked, and then you just have the townspeople throw it at her and pelt her. That's what she needs. That woman needs a good pelting.
Pretty good. That'd be pretty good, man.
That'd be a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I like the fine one. I think the fine, or the making her buy it, because then the what's it called? The store gets the money anyways. They're not just losing money on the produce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're gonna have to throw it away, but they're not losing money on the produce if she buys it all.
You know what? I say,
I say
bigger solution. Death penalty.
Always the death penalty.
Straight
just go back to the guillotine.
I like that Braden is taking a direct approach to these situations and just cutting it off at the head. Really.
Flatten the curve.
Yeah.
Flatten the curve.
There you go.
Queen Elizabeth, man, just chopping up people every single day. You know.
That's true, and that's the kind of off the walls answer I was looking for. Thank you, Braden. It's good though. That's good.
No, yeah, I actually came up with a real solution.
Yeah, no, it's just nah, that's not what we need. This is bottom rung of society. You know what? We can do.
You know what? I thought it was funny you bring that up, different types of punishment, because I remember that was a topic that Ms. Dillon was very fond of.
Oh yes.
Cruel and unusual punishment.
Her forms of punishment that she always mildly but not so mildly suggested in class was basically raping people.
Oh my god, yeah. That was so weird.
She was basically suggesting subtly but not so subtly oh, maybe these criminals should just be raped in the ass. I was like,
she's like, I think pedophiles should be in prison with general population. And she's like, we all we were a little bit versed in society and real world.
Yeah.
We know what happens to pedophiles in prison.
Yeah.
And we know that she knew.
And she
would also
said that they should wear a sign and everything saying that.
She had I don't know what you call it, but she would always almost slip and say big black guys, and she would no, but she stops herself. She would go when they get in prison, they could run into some big bubbas in there. It's just come on, Ms. Dillon. We know what the fuck you were about to say. It was weird, man.
She was great though. She was a great teacher.
I mean,
she was super cool.
She was pretty
I really
wise,
liked her, but I just thought it was funny how she just had her little
real.
quirks.
Yeah,
she kept it very real.
So McCall, for some context, she kept it real, but she was a cyborg of a teacher. She had a robotic knees, and she was just I don't know. She was one of the only
replacements, 2 shoulder replacements.
But dude, didn't she come from Chicago or something like that?
Yeah, she was from Chicago. Yeah. She was one of those teachers that made you think critically about life and everything. I think we could definitely attribute us being so combative about a lot of shit to Miss Dillon teaching us to kind of question things, which is not.
I would say about 50% of it was Miss Dillon. Maybe 40. No, I'm gonna say 40% Miss Dillon, 40% Lisa Garcia, and
yeah,
20%
Lisa. I
Mrs.
love Lisa.
Oswald.
But see, the thing is, I still think like just our personalities, we would have done that anyway. But I definitely think that like
I think
they
it helped.
helped
Like she helped like develop it. You know what I'm saying? Like she made us think.
so we're
more.
not just having stupid arguments.
Yeah.
So imagine this, McCall. She was a very religious teacher, very Catholic. But when we went into her class of ethics and religion, she said, "I don't care what your stance on religion is." Even though we were at a Catholic school, we were all supposed to be Catholic.
Yeah.
She's like, "I don't care what stance you have on religion." She's like, "I'm realistic. I know all of you aren't Catholic. Like, I know some of you don't like this shit."
Wasn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Alex was definitely in his edgy atheist
Yeah.
and he was like, that it spawned so many good conversations in her class because we would she would say something and we would go the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Her whole thing was just that if you can justify your argument and like have good reason behind it, like explain why.
Yeah, and we just wanted to oppose her so bad. So
but teachers like that. But you need those. You need those kind of teachers though. That's so important. Like if you don't,
that's the way. Honestly, I felt Mr. Day was kind of like that a little too.
I actually never had.
Yeah, we didn't have him. Me and Tony were in comp.
So you guys didn't have him.
Yeah, we didn't get to talk to Mr. Day.
See, he was like that a lot too, which is why I really liked him. Like, he like even gave us like books that were like, or actually no, I remember one specific thing because obviously we're in a Catholic school. He actually played a Satanist song in the class, like literally complete opposite. And he was like,
Day sounds like a pretty cool guy.
Oh, dude, he was cool.
He's the cool guy in the book.
He played like metal music in class and stuff, like all kinds of shit. He was cool.
Yeah.
But I remember he was like, did you guys like that song? What'd you think of it? And everyone's like, oh, it sounded like Christian rock. And he's like, exactly. Because it did sound like Christian rock, but it was like a Satanist band that like mocks Christian rock by playing exactly like it, but singing anti-Christian music, like anti-Christian.
If there's one thing I hate,
brought the lyrics there. It was cool.
If there's one thing I hate, it is Christian rock and hip hop, and just like the lyrics are so cheesy. It's just like, I give my life for Christ. He is my savior, and my fucking now break it down. It's like
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's just
Jesus Christ, love you, God.
that dude. Yeah.
No, I have to admit, like, but some people do it right. Like, you can do the song like "Jesus Walks" from Kanye West. That shit's good. Like, that's a great song.
Yeah,
but it's not like stupid. You know, like.
Actually, have you heard "Jesus is King" by Kanye?
I've heard of some of them. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're not bad. The problem
is that with a lot of Christian rock, like, is just. Like, it becomes a meme of itself. Like, it's
just, I don't know why they're so adamant about it. It's just like, come on, bro, give it up. We get the message. Like, we get the point of the song. You don't have to say it 40,000 times.
It's like an episode of like what is it, Law and Order, Special Physics. It's like it's just the same formula every single time, you know, but different words maybe. So occasionally, I don't know. Actually, not even that. Sometimes maybe just different beat.
Different beat.
Yeah, different beat. Yeah, it's just dumb. Well, moving on to speaking of child abuse, you know, see how I segued there from religion. Is it okay to hit your children?
Yeah.
No.
Ooh,
controversy.
I say very much so. Yes, in controlled manners. Obviously, don't beat the shit out of your kid.
I disagree. I think if you're not using a cat and nine tails, you're not doing it right. I'm just kidding.
If you don't have a baseball bat at the ready.
With nails in it.
What the hell's wrong?
If your child doesn't flinch at the sight of a wiffle ball bat, you're fucking up.
Honestly, dude, I think it really depends on how it's put into play. Like, for one, there's a lot of people I know that like they just, or not even people, but like different like things I hear from Sarah, because she like has worked in all these different schools, and like some of them are better, some of them are ghetto, some of them are nice, some of them are horrible. But it's like a lot of kids go home, they get a beating, and they don't even know why. It's like
that doesn't.
It's like okay, so you're just gonna beat them, and then they don't even know why. You're not gonna talk through with them. Like
It's a corrective measure. It's supposed to correct bad behavior.
Exactly.
Like,
and if they don't understand why, then they're just fucking beating just falls out of the sky. Like, you need to like talk with them about what's going on. Like, explain to them why what they did was wrong or whatever. You know, like
there's a lot more mentoring than there is in a beating. There's a lot more mentoring than actual physical abuse.
Yeah, it's kind of, that's a good way of putting it with mentoring. It's really kind of like how like people who train, whether it's like a fighting sport or in the military in your case, it's like very much like they beat you down, but it's in a constructive manner.
Yeah,
You know,
it's like very cute. But they obviously don't hit it. Well, they did hit us, but they're not supposed to hit us.
Can we take a
What
poll
they're
real
supposed to
quick?
do.
I want to know how many of you, how many of us here in this current call have were like kind of like disciplined as a kid, like corporally? Because I know me and Tony definitely were.
I mean, I got a smack to the leg a few times.
For sure.
Like a real one, like, or just like, hey, like McCall. We're talking like straight up. You were in pain, like, and that shit was humiliating.
So we were all like to at least a little bit, like to a degree.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
They said, "Hey."
Hi, sorry, I look like a hobo.
No, you're fine.
But
a beautiful hobo.
Aww.
What about me, like a hobo?
That was so nice. What were we talking about? Yeah. But
they
so yeah,
wine.
to at least a little bit of degree, I think all of us were like disciplined, which is I mean, like personally, I feel like I mean, this is my opinion too. I feel like it didn't necessarily like it made me like fear my parents, definitely. But like it didn't like stop me from being an asshole. If it like I still would like I still would act up and everything. I would just like I just made it. I think the best thing it taught me is how to run fast. Like I just really got good at like running away. Like there was behind the couch, like there was this little crevice that I could just like barely squeeze into because I was so skinny. I would just like a Looney Tunes character. I would just dive between the crevice and just like hide there, and they would like never find me most of the time until they did, and they pulled that couch out and got me like a rat. It was awesome. But I don't know. The beating didn't really work on me. I feel like I probably wouldn't do it. I don't think it would. I think it would just make me feel bad.
No, I think it really depends. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it worked for me. Like, I definitely. There were some times where it was just like, I needed it. Like I was being fucking stupid. Like my grades, like. Yeah, my grades were a big one in middle school.
But no,
I think there are better ways than hitting.
Yeah. There's definitely better ways. I think trying to like talk through and reason as best you can, if you can, is the first thing you want to do. But at the same time, like it's in a kid's nature through growing up to rebel at every phase. So it's like if they're not listening, they're not taking anything in. There's a certain point where like you need something to like kind of like when people are freaking out, they're having a panic attack. You kind of need to like slap them to just get them out of their hell and head, so they can like focus on what's going on.
You don't slap someone when they're
I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Like, is that not what you do? I see it. It's in all the movies. I'm pretty sure. I think that's accurate.
Yeah, like splash them with water.
You're not really.
It's like a.
You need to give them a central point. You need to give them a central point of focus.
Yeah. It's like
it's a real thing because like a lot of the times what people would do in like boot camp, right? People would start freaking out because you're ripped away from your parents, your whole support system, and then you're put in this situation where it's just stress 24/7. So when someone starts freaking out, what they would do is they would make them work out, like in a very stressful manner, but they would make them work out. So you know what they're focused on at that point? They're focused on the pain of working out because they would make them do push-ups till they literally can't do another push-up. And like shit like that. So they would be so focused on the pain that they would literally forget about their situation. They would forget where they are because they're just so tunnel vision on this one objective.
It's like when people see blood and they freak out, they start asking them questions like, "Oh, what day is today? What's the year? What's your favorite color?" Like just to get their mind off it. It's that something to slap them out of it, you know?
Yeah. So pain is like one of the strongest ways to like overcome something. Like something uncomfortable.
But it could also like fuck up the kid though, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just because I mean.
Well, yeah, obviously there's a big difference between just freaking beating the shit out of your kid and like.
And that's where the mentoring comes in. If you're mentoring your kid, he's like, it's like the thing, you know, like abusing somebody and then leaving them in an emotional. That's when people get fucked up. If you're there to comfort them afterwards and tell them what the fuck they did wrong and why that happened. It doesn't like how often did your parents like tell you why you were getting beat or like explain to you like afterwards? You're like not very often, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it would happen occasionally because my dad definitely felt bad afterwards. I think he,
Yeah.
My mom would tell me
one thing that's really crazy. Dude, one thing that's crazy that psychologically has like been shown, and I can't remember what it all was, but basically that like in your own brain, you're more likely to like have stronger feelings for someone, like positive or like liking them or whatever, if they abuse you but then build you back up.
Oh my god!
Then not necessarily abuse you, but if they were to hurt you, but then have your back and build you back up, than if they were to only show you love from the beginning. Like if they show you love and like it's a weird psychological thing.
Braden
that,
just cracked the G code. That is why bitches love being disrespected. He did it. He solved the case.
True. As weird as it is,
that's crazy.
It's like they like if you just disrespect them, or if you just like are mean to people, like they're not gonna like you. They're gonna like screw you. But if you like are mean and then you are nice back, for whatever reason in our own heads psychologically, it like draws you because you. I don't know. It's weird.
It's
like
it's
you treat them better than if they just treated you nice from the beginning.
What's it called? There was a book. You guys ever seen the Dave Chappelle skit about? The pimp.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Iceberg
where
Slim, that thing.
Like, Iceberg Slim, and he talks about it, and he talks about how like you break. It's in that book. Obviously I haven't read it, but where you break women down, and then once you break them down, you be their source of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
So that way they come to you for everything.
Damn.
Yeah.
So like
that's like
that
mind control.
kind of manipulative.
That is.
It's
definitely
manipulative, but it's sure.
Something in our mind where like if from someone you just take it for granted, you don't really care. But if you're only shown hate, you disregard it. But if you're shown like a negative emotion and a positive emotion, then you actually crave that more. It's a weird way. If for some reason in our own minds, it's like we need to have both. We can't one. We need to be hurt.
But there's a positive way to manipulate people too. You don't have to manipulate people negatively. Like manipulation itself isn't like
it's like in psychology class, like positive and negative reinforcement. Like,
but if you're not like manipulating them into a cult, then what's the point? Like.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm trying to get some hoes to pimp.
Trying to get some Kool-Aid over here.
Watch until next podcast. Watch what is it? Tiger King or like Tiger something. It's on Netflix.
I heard about that.
Watch that. I haven't seen it yet, but we'll reconvene next week. We'll watch that.
Okay.
But anyway,
I heard that bit crazy.
But anyway, speaking of anime, actually, I want to get into anime talk. I'm gonna skip over that. Speaking of watching shit, there you go.
Segues are fucking terrible.
Segues are hard. Segues are hard, man. Segues are hard. I want to talk about anime. All right, it's been I haven't had a good conversation with you in a long time about anime, Braden, and I feel like you're my one friend. I feel like I can always go to about anime because you've definitely watched some.
Yeah.
That's what I can count on.
Yeah.
We all watch anime.
I wouldn't say Tony has quite a bit too.
Well, that's fine. We're all gonna pass it around though. But I feel like I usually talk about it with Braden when I get the chance to.
Yeah. No. Recently, what I've been watching, actually, I've been rewatching old stuff. I've went back and have been rewatching Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
Rewatched Neon Genesis Evangelion, however you want to say it. Trying to think what else I've rewatched. I haven't watched a whole lot of anime. Like,
I've rewatched Berserk multiple times.
Yeah, no, I do like Berserk. Man, I need to buy more of the manga. I only have
actually, I read the entire thing. Up to the most recent. It's like chapter 30, 37. Yeah, I read it all.
Damn. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was in Yuma and I was super bored, I was reading manga, and I'm up to. You guys want a spoiler?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Casca got her mind back.
What?
Oh, okay, yeah. I did hear about that. Yeah,
she got her mind back, but she can't look at Guts because she remembers all the fucking horrible shit. If she sees Guts' face, she remembers all the horrible shit that happened. So she breaks down when she sees his face.
She'll be fine.
She's back. Casca's back.
She'll take a couple weeks of recovery. She'll get back together.
Boy, was it a fucking long time
dude, she was like a freaking like vegetable.
Like man, it went on for so many chapters.
So many chapters. Just
like I assume you guys watched the shitty 2016 3D. Did you guys watch that Berserk?
Yeah, it was
Braden shows
bad.
that?
What?
Is that what Braden showed us?
No.
I showed you the movies.
The movies are good.
Okay.
As compared to the 2016.
Oh yeah, as compared to 2016, it's pretty good. Honestly, the best is probably the 97, 98 cartoon series. But
I actually like the 2012 movies best.
I like the movie. I think the 97, 98 showed more story and showed some more things, but the movies were like better in my opinion.
I think artistically, it was better. It was more fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. It was
like if you want the story though, if you want to dive into the story, the 96 or the 97 series is way better.
Ooh, but dude, one actual anime, I guess kind of manga, whatever, that's pretty good. That's like a horror type genre that I think you would like. they have a 3D animated, and it's actually good 3D animation. It's not garbage. On Netflix, it's called Gantz Zero, GANTZ.0.
I kind of see it.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Really freaking good animation.
watched
It's
it. What's it
really
about?
cool. Basically, the idea is that like in Tokyo, I think it's Tokyo, Japan. Everything takes place in Japan in anime.
Yeah, right.
But
it's like
in
like
Japan,
a fucking Code Geass. It's just like Japan is the the last stronghold of rebellion.
Yeah, exactly. Of like humanity that's not like globalist controlled or whatever.
Yeah.
But in Japan, like it's in the movie, it starts off different than it does in the manga. But basically, there's this guy. He ends up getting stabbed to death on like a subway train trying to like save some people. And he dies. He comes back, and he wakes up in this room, and he's like in a full black suit, and there's just this big black in the middle of the room, and other people like phase in, and they're all in the same black suit stuff. Basically, they and I guess this is I think either in the real Japan or it's like in another dimension of Japan. I can't quite because I haven't read all the stuff. But where there's like demons coming from another world and invading Japan. And they are like people that have died and then been sent to this, and they fight them off, and they're like, it's really gruesome. It's like pretty fucking brutal, but it's really good though.
See, that's a weird thing. I feel like for anime, I don't really look for like gore and like kind of grimy shit like that.
Yeah,
I typically end up watching more
like
I don't know. I love shonen. Honestly, it's just like
that
shit is like crack to me, bro. I don't know if you guys have watched My Hero Academia, but like I still can't recommend it enough. Dude, I know a lot of people shit on it because it's like
I was gonna
like,
send you a My Hero Academia meme. I wasn't.
Yeah,
it's funny as shit.
It's a good show though. I mean, you should definitely give it a
green
chance.
hair Naruto is what it is, Alex.
I love Naruto, so that's completely fine. Naruto is great.
Yeah, I love Naruto.
Yeah.
No,
it's fucking crazy. But like, can you imagine trying to get through? I mean, I talk shit. I know I'm talking shit right now, but like, I literally just got through like One Piece and to like caught up now.
Oh god, dude.
But like, I was about to say, like, imagine like watching Naruto now and like going back to the very beginning, because you can watch the beginning of One Piece and it still holds up pretty well. But like going back to the beginning of Naruto, bitch.
Okay,
luck.
I will say the only thing that's good about the beginning of Naruto is the Zabuza.
Oh, absolutely.
Saga. I like the Zabuza stuff. That was good. And then it was kind of dicey after that until you get later on.
I find it's like I think like
the tuning exams.
Tuning
I guess
exams
the
are fucking cool.
good too.
Is that after Zabuza? I think it's after
that's
Zabuza.
after.
Rock Lee versus Gaara in the tuning exams is still one of the best fights out of all of Naruto. Like even Shippuden and everything. Like it's so good.
That shit is so sick. Oh my god.
Such a good fight.
Yeah, but I only watch it like in the dub version for Naruto though, which is I don't know, maybe a weird thing, but it's just like I can't watch the Japanese sub version because it's just like I grew up watching it on like Cartoon Network.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just like weird for me.
That's like Cowboy Bebop is for me. It's hard to listen to any other voice actor.
Yeah, that's interesting. Tony, you been watching any new anime? McCall, about you?
Actually, I've been watching the Netflix original series, Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh yeah.
That one was not as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be like complete garbage, and I went and watched it. Not horrible. It's pretty much typical anime, but like it's typical anime stuff. But it's got an interesting like concept to it, which is like there were these knights of the realm who defend. I think it was the king. It was like the 7 Knights of the King or whatever. And they were like the strongest, or they were called the 7 Deadly Sins, but they were all their own like knights, and then they got hunted, and now they're all in hiding.
Is this one produced? Do you know if it's produced in Japan or like or the U.S. or anything like that?
I don't know, but they're pretty much all those guys are in hiding, and what's called. One of them's on a quest to get them all back together because apparently there was a massacre. Like the show opens up with like a massacre of knights, and they're trying to get all. And the 7 Deadly Sins got framed for, and so now he's trying to bring everyone back together, and that's pretty much the whole basis of the anime so far.
Oh, dude,
I think it's only like season 2.
I just gotta throw something in real quick. 2 shows that are really good. One that's new to me that I haven't seen. But I saw it because they made a movie on Netflix, but there's actually an anime series on. It's called Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. Sounds weird, but basically there's these creatures called Cabaneri. They're basically zombies, but they're a little different. but it's an iron fortress. The iron fortress is a big ass train. So all the cities are all like destroyed, overtaken, and they just travel around in this train, like kind of like surviving and whatnot. But there's people that are half the zombie thing, half normal. They're like superhuman.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that one. Tokyo Ghoul, right?
It's yeah. Well, no, it's not Tokyo Ghoul. It's not Tokyo.
It just sounds like Tokyo Ghoul. Exactly.
It sounds similar. It's very. I would say it's relatively generic, but what sold it for me was the soundtrack, dude. They have really good freaking music in that show. Secondly, I would say Attack on Titan is really freaking good now.
Yo, Tony,
honestly,
Goro187 says stop flexing.
Dude, it's turning into one of my favorite anime. Like literally, Attack on Titan. Like Attack on Titan season 1 was kind of like almost like a shonen, like Naruto. It was good, but it was pretty gory, but it was kind of like eh.
I loved Attack on Titan season 1. That shit was awesome, bro.
All I can think about is their opening.
Oh, it's a great opening too. Yeah.
Dude, it's like opening, man.
That's the problem with having great opening. Everything else is just absolute shit in comparison.
Yeah, it's tough.
But dude, season 2 and season 3 are so much better. Season 2 is okay; it's a little slow, but season 3 is really good.
I have to get back into it.
First half, an amazing second half. Like I'm really looking forward to the 4th season, which I guess is supposed to be the last season. But there's a lot of twists and turns that it takes, man. Like I don't want to spoil anything for you, but like basically, it starts off like. The whole idea of the show is like, oh, there's these titans, and we're the last, branch of humanity stuck in these walls, and we're defending till we basically go extinct. And then the third season reveals a whole lot of shit where basically the entire perception of the world is completely different.
Do they actually leave the walls? Can you spoil? I mean, if you want to spoil it.
Okay, I can spoil a little. Basically, they do end up leaving the walls, and they find out that the world is much bigger than what they're actually only on an island.
Really?
And the rest of society is actually on a giant.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, dude, it's actually on a giant continent that actually has normal humanity there, and they're not actually normal humans. They're a special race of humans that have been given Titan abilities, but they've basically been because they were so powerful in previous years, where they had basically ruled the world. Eventually. Normal humanity teamed up on them and basically stuck them in their own nightmare.
Bro, this is the most anime twist I've ever heard in my life. It's like they're on an island. The rest that's a fucking twist and turn that you just expect. You should expect in an anime.
The Titans are literally their own people, so they're literally being eaten by their own people. And then they finally find that shit out, and then they have to go and basically fight the world for their freedom.
I'm gonna be honest. If I watched this and got to this part of my own, I would have been pissed. I would have been furious.
No, dude, it's good. Trust me, I spoiled a lot of shit, but there's still a lot that's going on that you don't know. Watch it.
Damn. I'll definitely have to. I'll get around to it.
How can you pack that much information in a 20-minute episode?
Yeah, exactly.
And I've gotta say, season 3 is so epic, dude. There's so many scenes that can give me chills. Just the music, the scene, they literally it's one of the few shows other than Berserk, that has really given me a sense of and something just flipped. Grant, I'm not comparing it to Berserk because Berserk is just on another level. It's amazing, but
I
so good.
I dove into Berserk so hard. I am all about the actual philosophy behind it and
really
the humanity. I watch videos. I watch in-depth videos.
Me too, dude. I literally have videos.
That's how you know you're hooked on some shit.
YouTube of anime talks, man. I have a Berserk playlist.
So
yeah, dude. I literally watched an hour-long video of someone explaining the genius of Berserk. I'm not even kidding you.
I watched that guy too. He talks about the genius of One Piece and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're into some shit, when you're willing to sit down, dedicate 30 minutes to validate how good your show is that you watch. It's
so good though. And I've been trying to hold back on to actually buy every single volume of the manga before I read it all. So I'm really behind on it, unfortunately. But I need to.
The what's it called, character development is so crazy. Good. It's crazy. He does well, it's so crazy because they build him up and then they break him down and then they build him up again. So it starts with him. Yeah, it starts with him broken because of everything that happened with the first mercenary band, and then obviously he gets taken by Griffin, built back up, gets friends, gets a team. And all that shit gets taken away again.
Yeah, the demon world and the rape and all that.
Yeah, the demon world, everything gets taken away, and now they're slowly building him back to getting a team. He's rolling with a group of people. he's rolling like 5 or 6 people deep. He has people he can count on again, and I'm just waiting for him to take it all away.
Dude, and the thing that's crazy is even though he's like in the show like pretty like superhuman, obviously to some degree, but he's still just a human. Like he's not.
His emotions are just amplified.
Yeah, like obviously he's like super strong and shit, but basically he's just a super strong dude. Like but
he's just like a person who's just like everything about him is amplified. Like his anger is amplified, his love is amplified.
Yeah, that's what I love. I think that's a good point you just put. Like for as much rage as he has, and even has that like demon spirit that like sometimes takes him over, which is like his inner rage. He also has like a shit ton. And like he doesn't like show it very often, but like you can. It's
in his actions because like
it's in his actions, and sometimes it will show in scenes like where he's like turned away from everyone else, but he's like you can see like the sadness in his face, and sometimes he'll be like crying and like legitimately like feeling for people, even though he comes off as cold and brutal a lot of times. It's
and
really,
he has every right to be like
yeah.
Literally gone through the most shit.
Yeah.
Did he get his eye
crazy,
back?
man.
Nope.
No.
No.
The eye's just gone forever. Okay. Well, that's
forever.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Gone forever.
So good though.
Well, that's a shame.
Did anyone watch Wolf Children?
Wolf Children? I've not heard of that.
I've heard of it.
You know what I watched since the last time we talked about anime? I watched a lot of Studio Ghibli movies.
Oh, those are great.
Dude.
Oh,
Those
like
are
Ponyo
movies are
and
so
fucking
good. Dude, the
Spirited
soundtracks
Away.
on those are so good. It like brings you to like, a peaceful place in my soul.
Kiki's Delivery Service?
Yeah.
I fucking
watched
love that one.
I remember
I
that.
watched the wolf. Oh, what is his name? Princess Kiki. No.
Princess Mononoke.
Princess Mononoke.
Wow.
That one's so good. That
So
one's
good,
so
dude.
good.
I
I
love
don't
it.
think
Like, I
I've
love all
seen
the
any Studio
spiritual
Ghibli
representation.
Wow. Oh my god. They're so
You need to watch it.
good.
They're
Okay,
like,
if you
like,
have
actually
if you
art.
have a VPN service, change your VPN to another country because they have all the Studio Ghibli movies on Netflix, but they're not available in the U.S. You have to
What?
change yeah, it's bullshit. You have to change your VPN to another country on your Netflix account or whatever.
You can watch
something
Studio
like that.
Ghibli off like Kiss Anime too.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
but you'll probably get like viruses and shit
Not
though.
if you
but-
have ad block. If you have ad block running, you'll be
Yeah, I guess
fine.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
McCall, I'm gonna send you some
they're
links. You're
so
gonna watch.
good,
You're
dude.
gonna watch Spirited Away. I love Spirited Away. That's a great anime.
Spirit Away, dude.
I always see like the no face.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's great for memes. Awesome for memes. I love that.
Yeah.
What's
When he's getting hit by the waves.
Yeah, the waves.
What's the one? The moving fortress. What's that one? What's
Howl's.
Howls? That's what it was. Howl's moving fortress. That's a good one too.
I think there is one on
trying to
Netflix actually. I think it's like about a witch or some
There
shit.
is?
Yeah, I forget the
Okay.
name of it, but
Dude.
I don't know. But like that.
I'm
those,
telling you,
like,
I think
Japanese
Princess
movies, like,
Mononoke
so
was
good.
Yeah, Princess Mononoke was so good.
Tony, I remember you told me to watch this one. That was like 45 minutes. That Garden of Words. It's not Studio
Ooh,
Ghibli.
that was good. That was good.
That was good. It's not Studio
It's
Ghibli,
on-
but it was really good.
It's on YouTube. It's like a short film about this guy who falls in love with this random girl.
Yeah.
Ends up
Dude,
being
the
a teacher.
animation,
at
the
school.
animation of that is beautiful.
Nice.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, but
Like,
she's
it's
like
really pretty.
she's fucked up, or she's like sad because of what was it? She had like someone made a rumor about her that she had like an affair or some shit, and it like ruined her career. And so she just gets bullied by all the students, and so she doesn't like come into class. They're like teacher doesn't like teaching, and so she'll skip and go drink beer in the park. And on rainy days, the boy skips school, and he goes and he wants to be a shoemaker, and so he designs shoes in the park. And they meet up, and they go back and forth, and like they end up like falling in love, and then they figure out that she's a teacher at his school, and they're like it's obviously kind of like taboo. That's like taboo. with them.
Yeah.
So you can't. It's like they go back and forth about it. It's really good.
Yeah, but they like
really
connect on like a emotional,
A lot deeper level. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to be buying and watching anime when we get our government money. Incredible segue. Good job, Alex.
Yeah, government money. 12 hundo.
Yes, we're gonna be getting.
I'm hoping.
If you are not a dependent claimed by your parents, then you will be getting $1,200 in your account.
Looks like I'm not getting it.
Did your mom?
Claimed as dependent McCall.
McCall,
Sucks.
why? Why would she do that?
Brandon, are you claimed?
I'm pretty.
No, I talked to my dad. He said he didn't, but I don't know for sure. So
You should be fine then.
I'm
Yeah.
just
If he doesn't
I'm
claim,
just
as long
assuming
as he
he
doesn't
did.
claim you, you'll be all right. And you filed your own taxes,
Yeah,
right?
lucky break, dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good job.
Well, I didn't even make enough to file, so like I don't know.
What do you mean?
That's
For,
good.
But he
for
didn't claim
taxes?
you.
Yeah. That's
Like you
important.
have to like make more than 10 grand to like really like even, I mean, you still can.
You should. I think
like,
you're still. I
file.
think you're still supposed to file. I mean, I think if you
You
have a
don't have-
job,
you
I think
don't-
if you have a
you-
job,
No,
you're supposed to, right?
You don't
If
have
you
to
don't,
file
if you
under,
under 10 grand, you don't even pay taxes.
yeah, you don't even you don't have to. So
Then how do you get your
Because
tax
you're
returns?
literally making so little that they don't pay.
Do they give your tax returns then anyway?
Oh yeah, Brady, you probably should.
yeah, probably
Yeah.
have that then. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's only based on
because
like, what
they're
you're working
they're
for, right?
pulling federal taxes already.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
pull taxes no matter what. It's just like
Yeah, exactly.
whether you
Whether
pay
actually-
taxes or not. Yeah, so
Yeah. So I probably need to, but I haven't done that yet, obviously. But I think there's an extension on it anyway.
yeah,
Well,
there
the
is.
extensions, yeah.
Yeah. So
Don't fuck around with it though. I just did my taxes not too long.
no, I'm not messing with it, dude.
Yeah.
Pull your W-2 and shit.
So I take it, McCall. Have you? So you're probably not gonna get your $1,200, but we can pretend that you're going to.
No.
And you tell us what you would buy if you had $1,200 right now.
Honestly,
From
I'd
the
probably buy a new computer.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's pretty good investment,
Yeah.
honestly. Like it's not bad.
I think I'm gonna buy either a mic setup or like a new headset. It's something.
Yeah.
man.
Might be a
I
move,
need-
Tony. Might be a move.
I think I need a mic is what I need.
That's
But I also need like an extender because I have like 70,000 things plugged into my fucking laptop.
you're in a lucky
We're so
situation too.
spoiled
man.
using that money for computers.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm only spending like my budget for that's gonna be like $200.
See,
So,
I'm thinking that I'll put a little bit towards that, and then I'll put a little bit towards the tattoo, probably.
Nice.
yeah, I'm gonna dedicate 200 to upgrading things around here, and then I'm gonna spend however much to get new brake pads for my car.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe a new
'cause my
sub.
shit's squeaky.
Maybe a new sub.
No, that guy who was driving it at the time, he said he's gonna give me one of his subs.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
okay.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
super nice.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I mean, granted, he did use my car for a week, and it's something got stolen out of it when he was using it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that's nice of him regardless.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna, and then I'll probably end up getting tattoos too when I come home. I'm depending on obviously the travel bans and shit like that.
Yeah.
My travel ban for the DoD is set to end in May.
Mm.
But my family's also planning a trip to Hawaii. So since
Oh,
flights
that's
are
gonna
super
be
cheap,
sick, bro. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
so I might go to Hawaii.
That'd be cool. Also,
Which
can I say?
would be dope.
Can I just say, I love your sweater or your shirt. It's fucking cool. The good
Thanks,
vibes thing.
man.
That's super nice. I fuck with that. But
Real classy.
yeah, bro. But Bray, let me justify you buying that laptop, all right? Because I know you're pretty on the fence about it. Let me just tell you this. So the laptop you have right now, how much would you say you paid for it?
That's a good question. I think it was around $700-800.
$700 to $800. So really, you're buying a laptop that can do the things that you would want to do. You know what I'm saying? You could do schoolwork, and you could also use it for streaming, or if you ever have a trip or anything to go on. But you can also game on it. That's the thing. So it's like versatile. You know what I'm saying? Because the laptop you have right now is for school. If it's just for school, like you literally just have a glorified typewriter. That's all it is. Like you're just typing on that shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, the specs on a good like gaming laptop, at least the one that's like that I put in the chat and everything, that does everything you need to, and you get to be able to like participate in games that you wouldn't normally with us. So I think it's pretty worth it.
Plus, you could sell your laptop that you have now to put that money towards the next laptop.
That part right
Or use your laptop to give to somebody who needs it.
that too.
Like, I don't know. I assume Sarah has a laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like
you can-
some friend that you know, like sell it to some of your friends. And I bet some.
I don't know, man. I like this laptop. It's nice. I've grown close to it.
What kind of laptop is it? Is it like a Windows, like or like
It is
like a
an
HP?
HP. An HP what? I don't know.
I'm just saying. Look,
Oh,
my
an
laptop.
HP Pavilion.
Oh, so it's probably like the one I have, and my laptop is a piece
Probably.
of shit. So I'm
Probably
just
similar.
I'm just saying, like it's that
It has
little.
solid state, what the fuck it's called, drive, and the i5 processor.
What kind of? Is it a dual core, quad core?
I would have to look in the specs real quick.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying.
It's in my settings.
I think an upgrade would not be the best. Like the $200 difference between like having a gaming laptop it's not that big of a jump. I feel like, especially like if you sell that, like it's pretty reasonable. I feel like, because I mean, how much do you game on your Xbox now? Like with your friends?
I game on
Rocket League and like Neo.
Yeah, like I don't game on it as much with you guys because you all play on the PC now. So like, I really don't do it as much.
Exactly. So and we actually play with you. That's the thing. Like, I mean, not to cast stones at our dear.
Okay, it is an Intel Core i5 processor, CPU 100.60 gigahertz to 1.8 gigahertz, installed 8 gigs of RAM, 64-bit operating system. Okay, let me see. I got Windows 10 on it.
Is there a GPU in there?
What's the GPU?
GPU? I don't know if I can find that.
It might not have
It
one.
probably doesn't. It probably doesn't have one.
It probably just runs straight off the. Okay, so it's running. That means it's running graphics straight off of the processor. Yeah, the CPU. So that's probably why. Yeah. So that's why you would get better graphics immediately. I think it's literally in that laptop. You're just paying for a graphics card. That's all it's adding.
Yeah.
But that's worth it.
Because, really?
Yeah. Currently.
But it helps.
Is there any way? There's no way I could put a graphics card in this, could I?
It's an extension. You could have an extension.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
But it's not worth it at that point because you're like.
Then you just.
Because then you have to plug. It's just another shit to plug into your.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I think it would just be. I mean, yeah, and they're pretty portable. I feel like. I mean, Tony's is pretty bulky, but I think he could definitely like pick it up and take it to people if he needed it.
I mean, I brought it back. I brought it back to Hutch.
Yeah. We played.
And like it worked pretty well.
So yeah, that might be a move. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to definitely sell you on the laptop because I really would like to play more games with you, and I know you want to play Astroneers.
Me too, man.
And I will buy you Astroneers I will buy you Astroneers if I have to because that game is so fun.
We were fucking around for so long.
Yeah,
there's so many games I'd love to be able to play on the PC, man.
It's really great. Honestly.
There's a lot more games for it. Like there's a lot more things that are fun that you can play. Like you can even have like indie games, like people like that just fucking make like a whatever.
Yeah, and I feel like the main reason we do fall back on Minecraft so much is because not Minecraft. League of Legends is because it's so easy to run. Like I feel like if we had the option to, and like me and McCall do sometimes, like we play Battle Block Theater, or fucking we tried to play Tabletop Simulator, but god damn if I don't want to kill myself when we play Tabletop Simulator. That shit is frustrating. I think we could totally get into like some more Steam games and whatnot. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Plus, it'd be better for content.
I like Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike's cool too. I would totally enjoy playing that with you, Brad. So
I would try to play it, but last time I tried to play on this computer, it was like literally like it was so bad. It was.
I love Counter-Strike. I'm actually pretty good too.
Yeah,
I'm not great, but I got some aim on me.
McCall's pretty good at Counter-Strike too.
Really?
Oh
yeah, no way.
Oh yeah, you're great.
She went into like one game and then like got yelled at and she never played again. It was awesome.
I literally get yelled at like 90% of the time.
I would play Counter-Strike again if we had like mostly a full team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I just got to convince Rachel to spend her government money. Oh wait, never mind. If she was getting government money, I would just have to convince her to get Actually, I wonder if hers could run it. Her laptop is surprisingly like it runs League surprisingly well, like pretty okay. Like I don't know, she might be able to run it. Maybe. It is free, so it's worth a try.
Yeah.
But like I think for my
I love Counter-Strike. That's my shit, dude. I'm an FPS guy, and Counter-Strike is just my shit, dude.
Yeah. What it was
I'm so into the game sense too. Like I understand like League. I'm so far behind the curve from you guys.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah,
you're catching up. You're getting better. Like you are. Both of you are actually. Brayden, you're picking it up pretty quick. Like surprisingly, actually.
You're moving a lot faster than.
Yeah, because like the thing is, I mean, the biggest move from like console to like PC is like getting used to mouse and keyboard and like like WASD easy. Like anyone can pick that shit up. It's for children. But like QWERTY, especially for like a MOBA for people who aren't used to it, that shit is fucking frustrating. McCall can definitely tell you because she had a pretty tough time like learning how to. I mean, especially learning to be an AD carry. You know what I'm saying? Like and like it was kind of a steep incline if I'm gonna be honest. But she got there, so. I don't know.
Yeah, now I'm like I know pretty much everything with the game.
Probably second best player of our friend group.
No, definitely not.
I think you definitely.
I would say you're very consistent. for sure, and very good.
I don't
so
know
that's
who
a good
would.
combo.
I think aside from me, I don't know who would be better than you, McCall. Like really.
Yeah.
Nathan's better than me.
I disagree. I think Nathan.
I disagree.
He's pretty good, but like I don't think he understands laning as much as you do. Like he's pretty good at killing, but like I don't necessarily like, especially more about the game too, like rotations and like taking objectives and whatnot. I don't see him more at that kind of role.
I'll be honest, dude. Half the time, I don't know if I'm making a good play or a bad play. I just wait till the outcome happens, and then like, oh, it was a good, or oh, it was a bad one. Like,
But you will though.
really
That's the thing. But like you're feeling the flow of the game, like a lot better. Like as we like as we like start doing our fucking our pro team shit, we're like Vayne, like you know, you kind of know, and then you're just like, oh, okay, we killed Vayne. We should probably go take an objective like Dragon or Tower or something like that. You're getting it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's just gonna it takes a lot more games. We've been playing for many years. So I
mean, I've been playing for.
My split push is on a whole nother level.
Tony's split
Your
pushing,
split push is
yeah,
really good.
Tony's really understanding pressure like really well now. Like it's crazy. Like he's
definitely... I learned how to freeze lanes. I know how to control lanes, wave clear. Like I've gotten really good at like controlling my creeps, like making other people miss their creeps. Like I've gotten pretty good at that. Like but yeah, just the split push, the on again, off again pressure, keeping them busy in one place. Like, you know, like I've gotten good.
Yeah.
I like most games. I'm to the inhibitor minute 20. Like
yeah.
Although, which is tough.
Although here's so mine kind of ties into this my like stimulus check wish list kind of like ties into this conversation because I have I want to get a Remington 870 pump action shotgun. Hardwood stock. It's $329, and I hear Remington's a really good company, and I think their shotguns last for a long time.
Remington is good.
But my second purchase and my like only other purchase would be like I wanted to get an Elgato capture card because I want to be able to record or like and at least like stream like HD footage from like old consoles and whatnot because the PS5 is coming out. And I think I might buy a PS5. Like honestly, like it's pretty enticing. Like I do like PlayStation just for its exclusives and shit. And so I totally
PlayStation has definitely been PlayStation 4 has been beating out Xbox pretty bad as far as like exclusives and just like gaming and everything. Like I feel like 360 was pretty good on par for the most part with the PS3.
I think the 360 beat PS3.
I feel like PS2 beat Xbox. And then 360 beat PS3, PS4 beat Xbox One.
I think if what's it called? I think if Xbox 360 would have had free Xbox Live, it would have fucking crushed PlayStation. Like it would have. That was the main reason I didn't have an Xbox.
But the thing was, they used that money from the subscriptions to like build their infrastructure. Like it was so much better. Like that, you guys had party chat. We did not have that on PlayStation 3. Me and Tony would just be in a Call of Duty lobby, and like if shit like cut out.
But it would be kind of funny in a Call of Duty lobby when there was party chat. Because those are the best Call of Duty lobbies when you couldn't hide in a party chat. So
you could literally everyone's mic was garbled and everyone was just cursing each other out. Like there'd be like
Xbox. I remember very clearly. I remember one specific event. We were playing Call of Duty in your basement, Braden, and like some guy was talking shit, and what's it called? He immediately like we said some shit and then went to the party chat to hide. Hey, someone's knocking on my door. I'll be right back.
Xbox really has like online. I think they have it down, like in terms of like the experience, like playing with your friends and shit. But it's just but that's not like what I look for anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I play games like usually in my free time, like if I have it, because I want to enjoy them and just like kind of keep to myself, right? Like that's why I'm playing Mass Effect right now. It's for me, and that's what PlayStation does. Yeah, like Spider-Man, Kingdom Hearts 3. Well, it was kind of shitty. You know, like The Last of Us, Uncharted. Like all those are all great single player games. And that's like literally the reason I would buy a PlayStation 5, and that's why I had a PlayStation 4 until I accidentally broke it. But you know, it's a great concept, and I wish that snake oil salesman Nathan hadn't sold me on a goddamn Xbox. I shouldn't have listened. I could have just had a PlayStation, but I fucked up. But I don't know. Playing with friends is also important. But since we have PCs and shit now, that's kind of like fulfills that role. And I don't know if you, McCall, have ever had a console before, but I know your brother has, and so I think
yeah, my brother had the consoles. I just played on them from.
Yeah, it has like it has the experience of like it has like the sorry, not experience. It has the convenience of just like being able to just turn on and play, which where I feel like PC doesn't necessarily have that because you got to go through Steam, boot up the shit. If there's something wrong with your PC, you got to fucking great, now I got to Google why is my screen black, why is it startup taking so long? You know, there's a lot of shit to fucking fix, which you can usually fix via Google. But like I don't know, I love that consoles are just so easy and like relatively cheap. You know, like well, not anymore because PlayStation 5 is allegedly going to be like $600 or some shit. Like,
oh jeez.
Yeah,
they're getting more and more expensive all the fucking time.
So I mean, that's why you might as well just get a PC. I mean, we're gonna play League and fucking old games and shit anyway. So might be a move. So
there's a case of mistaken pizza. I should have just took that shit, dude.
You should have. That would have been funny.
It was room 241, and I'm room 214. I should have took that shit. No. It was 214. It was 214 on the actual receipt.
Okay.
But that's why I went back out with my phone. I had to call the number for her because she didn't have a phone on her. So I was like,
you should have got her number, Tony. You should have got her number. Been like,
she was not cute.
Damn, that's a shame.
She was like,
bro, we're on podcast right now. You would have had to shut the camera.
Yeah, bro, dude. Salute to the troops, though. The real heroes of this country. The men and women serving our pizzas. It's gonna be. I mean, they're the real heroes.
Yeah, bro.
Risking their lives.
Pizzas in COVID-19, dude. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Domino's still serving.
Yeah, bro.
So that TikTok my mom made has 11,000 views.
What?
Oh my
god.
Brayden, did you see? Brayden, did you see?
I did see it.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. It was actually pretty smooth.
Everyone's like, wow, that was pretty solid. Fuck. That's so funny. I'm glad your mom's TikTok famous, McCall. She deserves it.
Yeah,
She just needs to start posting ads now, make money.
Tell her to pimp our podcast.
Yeah. Plug
the show.
Yeah.
Plug the show.
Get that OnlyFans account going. Get that feet pick money.
I mean, if those unemployment checks don't start coming in soon, shit. I don't know.
She has 445 followers.
Wow.
What the?
And 1,800 likes.
That's awesome.
Damn, dude.
We start making TikToks. Guys.
I know, right? That's what a lot of people are doing. Like, have you seen the TikTok?
If you get famous on Twitter or some shit, you just plug your podcast.
Well, no, and
we should start tweeting an absolute ungodly amount.
It's just the shit I talk shit on. Like on TikTok, there'll be like a video. Rich has TikTok, obviously, but like there'll be these videos of like gaming moments, and they'll be like shit that isn't that funny, but they'll just like be hysterically laughing, like he said fucking terrorist or some shit like that. That's crazy. That's kind of offensive. Maybe people will follow us simply because it's funny because we laughed at it. I don't know. It's kind of
that's how a lot of people actually get their clout, is that they literally just like say things that are like either offensive or slightly offensive, and then people laugh, and then they like blow up laughing, and then they like put that on a clip. They're like, oh, clip it, and then all of a sudden that like gets a bunch of views, and then they you know.
Some of the stuff can be funny, but like a lot of it does seem forced.
Yeah, that's the trade-off, right? It's like there's the right way to build like a social account or like a social anything, like the way like a podcast is a social production.
Yeah.
There's a right way to do it, and then there's the quick way to do it. You know.
Yeah.
Like if you like do it the right way, it's like I guess my best thing is Donkey. Like you watch Donkey.
Yeah.
Every single one of his videos gets millions of views. There's no video that doesn't do well on Donkey's channel. You know what I mean? And that's because he did it right. He like built it from the start and built it slowly, so he got true fans, not people who just like, oh, haha, that's funny, click. You know, like he has fans. He doesn't. Yeah, he has fans. He doesn't have like the.
Yeah, that's like when you see channels that have like. That's when you see channels that are dead that have like 3 million followers, but then they have like 10,000 views a video.
Right? Yeah, some shit like Speedy. Speedy was in the moment. Yeah. Like Speedy's videos went from like getting like 5 million when Call of Duty was out to now it's like he's barely scraping out like 300,000 views, which is still a lot, but it's just like.
But like they played though, they played so well. Like the quick fucking silly like Call of Duty moments. That was such a fucking easy way to get like quick views and everything.
Yeah.
And it played and he like they took full advantage of like they passed around all that success to all their like fellow members and whatnat. But you know when the ride was over, everybody fucking, everyone had to hop off.
Hit the ground. I mean, they still have enough to live.
Yeah,
like they're still making a career out of it.
Exactly.
But that's like the difference is Dunkey can continue to do what he's doing for the rest of his time, even when he stopped doing League of Legends videos. Like every single video he has past the League of Legends videos are all still getting millions and millions.
Mm-hmm.
That's because he cared about he cares about his content. Like he takes his time.
Yeah.
He makes videos that he wants to make and really cares about. It's just like
it can be literally about anything. Like I've noticed he's done like movie reviews and like they're still amazing.
He has videos of complete randomness. Like just absolutely fucking bullshit.
People like Dunkey for Dunkey, not necessally like what he's doing. It's just the guy.
Not his content.
Yeah, right. So
and I think that's the right way to. I think we build if we gotta build more.
Yeah,
like, which we are. I think we are. Because like a podcast, that's the truest form of liking somebody. That's not there's no liking like our content because the content is us. Like I think podcast is definitely.
Well, I don't know how high quality that content is, Tony. I don't know about it.
Plus, I mean, you don't sit down and listen to motherfuckers you don't like for like an hour. Like that's that's
my point. It's like we are the content of a podcast. If someone likes it, they like us, and that's more of the fan base. Like I don't want like if I get a fan base, obviously.
Right.
But I don't want people like here for a second. Like
that's a trend.
That to me, it's a trend. I don't want to.
No, I get that.
So.
Yeah, that's why we just gotta make good shit. I gotta get on those videos again. Start making more stream highlights.
I like some of your clips, man. Some of your videos, your little where you edit them together. They're nice.
Yeah, they're silly. I take a lot of inspiration from like a lot of old League YouTubers that used to be around. Those guys are funny. But once we start playing other games, we can kind of like branch out a little bit more and play some newer shit. Yeah, I don't know. But
I think it's like a good thing too that we aren't like good at the video game. Like
that plays too. Yeah.
I think it's better that we're not good because that means we just have to focus on the highlights are us. The highlights are us.
That's like if you're like Shroud or Ninja. Like if you make one mistake, your entire fan base is like, oh, he sucks, he's fucking ass, and like they like start like not liking you or whatever. Like it's just competitive gaming is just dumb to me.
Chopping videos, like you gotta see
the only game I get somewhat competitive in, Rocket League. That's it, man. That's it.
But the thing is though, like at some point you're not going to be the best at whatever game you're playing. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be someone.
Oh no, I'm still horrible at it.
Like, I'm saying like as a content wise, like me and McCall used to watch. I think we used to watch this guy named Ankle Spankin. He's a really cool guy. Yeah. Ankle Spankin was a really popular like League of Legends YouTuber, and what he would do, and he's really good at it. He would make guides like of a match over a certain champion, and he would be really in depth and really knowledgeable about them. But like his views are just like they kind of tanked. I feel like they're definitely not as much as they used to be. And
also Spazzy,
but he was more a personality based. Like he was, I don't know. I think.
But
League
no,
in general,
like the thing is, like if your identity is tied in with a game, if the game starts to die in popularity, then you're popularity.
Yeah,
that's what like you see people that can branch out to other things. Like,
exactly,
and that's why
themselves. That's why you need to get that fucking laptop so we can play other games.
Shit. Yeah, but I think Spazzy's views have gone down a lot.
This is also, but he's tied to the game, much like we were saying. But it's just like Ankle Spankin and Spazzy. Their views have gone down because the popularity of League is not like what it used to be. It's just like there's other games, and League was kind of slacking for a little bit, admittedly. I mean, they released Zoe. I obviously understand why, but
so. I actually think League is picking back up a little bit because of TFT.
So. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. But it's just like
but TFT, like the queue timer for a TFT is like you hit fine match instantly, you're in a match.
Yeah.
But again, it's another wave.
They have an iOS app now. Yeah, like an iOS TFT.
It'll pass. It's TFT's cute and everything, but there's not gonna. There might be professional TFT, maybe. I mean, there's professional League.
Auto chess is hard to turn into like a consistent game. Like,
auto chess seems hard to watch. Like I know that might.
It's so boring.
Yeah, like I barely care that much when I'm playing auto chess. I'm on my phone, fucking like fucking Solar or whatever.
That guy.
Yeah, it's really not that entertaining to me. But maybe I'm being a grumpy old man who's like talking shit on what the new kids are like. I don't know. We'll see.
No, I agree because I just dislike the game mode of auto chess itself.
Yeah.
Like I don't like the fact that even though you can do whatever you want doesn't necessarily fucking work. and you don't necessarily get that. Like, there's just strategies, and I hate the fact that there's strategies. Like,
which you can fuck around in League and still have it work too. Like that's a cool
thing. Like
for sure. Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm gonna fuck around, jump mid lane. I'm gonna jump this thing. I'm gonna run into the jungle, do this. Like, you play characters super off meta. You're like, I'm just gonna fucking build some random shit on this guy, and then you're like, no shit, that worked. Like, oh, I got some kills. Like TFT, if you do not play into a comp, like a team comp, you're fucked. Like,
right. Yeah. Right.
You're gonna get smacked in the first like 5 rounds, and then you're gonna be out, and you're gonna like your friends are still gonna be in the game, and you're just gonna be watching them mad because you're done.
And in reality, you're not gonna be watching them. You're gonna be on your phone while
you're gonna be
on
your phone.
Yeah. Exactly. But I don't know.
I just don't think auto chess has the line.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, we get into more games when Braden gets his PC and everything, and we'll be able to play a lot more stuff like that. But I think we should call it a show there. That was good. We did like an hour and 30 minutes that time. So good shit, guys. All right, Lunch Table episode 4. Good stuff.
All right, man. Yeah. We pumping on any games tonight, or are we just chilling?
I don't know. I guess we'll see.